Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let's chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine, Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय Hare Krishna dear devotees welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. Let's recite Bhagavad Gita Sloka. We are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 text 30. Does anyone need to go first? No? So we'll just go. Yes, Narsimha Chaitanya Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Sura.
Apichetsutaracharo bhajate mam anantabhak sadhureva cha mantyavya samyag vavastito hisaha.
Translation.
Translation. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is not to be considered saintly.
He is to be considered
saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji?
Yeah, I'll read in the order.
Order. Okay, thank you. All right, anyone else? We'll go in order then. Achinta Dev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat, Prabhuji. Api chet suduracharo
Api chet duracharo
bhajate mam ananya bhag
bhajate mam ananya bhag
sadhur eva samantavyah
sadhur eva samanta eva
mantavya
sadhur eva mantavya
eva samantavya samyag vyavasito hi saha.
samyak vivyasito hi saha.
Yeah, thank you. Translation.
Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Thank you, Mata.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Aditi Lata Mataji and Arunita. Hare Krishna. Api chet suduracharo we are not able to hear Arunita.
Speak loudly.
Sadhur eva samantavya samyak vyavasito isa. Translation. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag sadhur eva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Thank you.
Thank you. Inba, Inya, Jai Shri Mataji, Jai Ganesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag sadhur eva samantavyah samyak vyavasito hi saha. Translation, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Yes.
Mataji, they are not available.
Okay. Isha Krishna Shish Madhava Rasapriya. Okay. Lokesh.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Srila Prabhupada Jai Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji.
Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag sadhur eva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Thank you.
Thank you.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Vipavipya. So appreciate Sudarachara. Bhajate mam ananya bhak sadhureva mantavya
Samyak.
samyak vyavasito hi saha. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Api अपि चेत् शुद्धराचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुर् एव स मन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हे शः. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Medha Usha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Api chetasu duracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak sadhur eva sa mantavya samyog vyavasisto hi saha. Translation. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Thank you much.
Thank you. Medha.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Api chet suturacharo bhajate mam ananyabhak sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha. Translation. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Priyanka Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Please
Krishna.
accept my humble obeisances, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances. Mataji, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
अपि चेतसु दुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Yeah. Saujanya Mataji and Pragnya.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Api chetsu duracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak sadhur eva sa mantavyaha samyak vyavastito hi sha. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Pragna is still sleeping.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
अपि चेतसु दुराचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुरेव स मन्तव्य सम्यक् व्यवस्थितो हि सः. Translation by His Divine A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Spurti.
Apachetam
Duracharo
bhajate mam ananyabhak
sadhur
eva sa
mantavya
samyak
vyavastito
hi saha.
Not Vyavastito, Vyavasito.
Vyavasito
Hita saha. Translation. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is no be to
He is to be considered
he used to be considered
saintly
because he is properly situated in his determination.
Secondly.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay. Anyone else? Krishna Ashish. Okay, go ahead.
दुराचारो ऋते मामनन्यथा साधुरेव samantavyaha samyak vyavasito sa. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Alpesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All
Please accept.
glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अपि चेतु सुदुराचारो भजते माम अन्यान्य भका साधुरेव समन्तव्य संयज्ञ व्यवसितो हि सः. Translation: If one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you. So everyone has recited, right? Okay. So, yes, Prabhuji. Jaganesh Prabhu, please go ahead.
Samataji.
Hare Krishna Inba.
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुर् एव समन्तव्य सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः. Translation: Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Yes, very good.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Any is there?
Not available, Mataji.
Not available. Okay, no problem. Okay. So, Apichet Suduracharo, just I'm doing a quick recap. Apichet Suduracharo means even though he is a Durachari, he's doing all types of abominable activities, very sinful. Parahimsa, Paradara, Paradravya, right? He's stealing others' wives, enjoying others' wives. He is stealing others' wealth, and he is also killing other people, like that. Such a Durachari. Even if someone is such a Durachari, Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhak, if he is rendering Ananya Bhakti to the Supreme Lord, Sadhu Revasa Mantavya, you must consider him a sadhu. Samyak Vyavasito hi saha. Why? Because he is properly situated in his determination. What is his determination? I will only worship the Supreme Lord. Even if I have to go to hell for my abominable activities, and even if I take birth as a dog or a cat, I'm willing to take all that punishment, but I'm not going to give up on this on my devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And I'm not going to worship anyone else. I will only worship my Supreme Lord, and I will never give up. And also, he feels that so there are two, like yesterday we were discussing, Aditi Lata Mataji had asked a question in that regard. There are two possibilities for this person why he is committing abominable activities. One possibility is he doesn't know that it is abominable because he didn't get Shastriya Shraddha. He got only Loka Parampara Jata Shraddha. All he understood is I should do bhakti to the Supreme Lord. But he didn't hear scripture. So he doesn't know what is sinful and what is proper, what is improper. He does not know. With this, he should understand this is a very, very extremely rare case. We cannot apply it to everyone. So we shouldn't take this as a license to commit sinful activities and say, oh, because I'm a devotee, even if I commit sinful activities, I will be forgiven. Krishna says you should still consider him a devotee. We shouldn't do that because that becomes an offense. It will become an offense. Why? Guru Ravagya. All of us have come in contact with Shastra. We are still hearing from Shastra. So we don't have any excuse. After knowing also, if you commit sinful activities, seventh offense to the holy name. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name. The first and seventh offenses are very, very precarious, dangerous offenses. All 10 are dangerous, but first and seventh are very extremely dangerous. First offense is to blaspheme. Blaspheme. So I told you what are the 6 types of ninda, right? So to blaspheme a devotee. I sent it in the group. So if you have not seen it, you can just, a few days ago I had sent it. A few weeks ago I had sent it. So from the Skanda Purana. And then also, what do you say? First offense is to blaspheme, and the seventh offense is to commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name. Oh, because I'm a devotee, because I'm chanting, I can commit sinful activities. Similarly, here Krishna says, even if someone does abominable activities, he is rendering devotional service. You should consider him a sadhu. I'm chanting Hare Krishna, so I'm a sadhu. You should bow down before me. No, it's an offense. We cannot do that. This is an extremely rare case. Don't apply it to anyone and everyone. This is an extremely rare case. Somebody who has Loka Parampara Jata Shraddha, that means he got Shraddha to do bhakti by parampara, somehow by tradition, through hearing from a friend, somehow he got Shraddha, but he does not know what is right, what is wrong. That's one case. Second case is he has baggage from past life, and he is doing bhakti, but his baggage is, and he's constantly regretting, and he's feeling so bad, like it's explained, his determination, right? He's feeling bad about it. He's not saying, oh, it's okay. He's not justifying his sinful activity. He's crying, he's regretting, but he's unable to overcome. He's unable to overcome. And he's praying to Krishna. But under all circumstances, his Ananya Bhakti is not disturbed. You should remember, 24/7 he's doing Ananya Bhakti. He's thinking of the Lord. He's praying to the Lord. He's taking shelter of the Lord 24/7. So he's an Ananya Bhakta. Someone who has this type of consciousness, then Krishna says you should consider him a sadhu. Okay. So that was about this verse. So these were 2 important points. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains in Madhurya Kadambini what are the different types of aparadhas or anarthas, right? You have Sukritotha anartha, Dushkritotha anartha, Bhaktiotha anartha, and Aparadotha anartha. Okay, 4 types of anarthas you have. Anarthas means unwanted things. Unwanted things which for bhakti, these are unwanted for bhakti, right? They are like obstacles on the path of bhakti. Don't need them. So where are these coming from? They can come from your past pious activities. That's why Mataji was saying, right? Bhakti removes everything. Bhakti removes everything, but in course of time. In course of time, like that fan, you switch off the fan and gradually it comes to a halt. So you start bhakti, gradually everything is burnt out. Up to what stage? Up to anartha nivritti stage. And then after that, you don't have Sukritota, Dushkritota, Bhaktiota also are gone, but you will have still Aparadota anarthas. They are very, like you have, when you clean pots, some stains are coming out very easily, but some are very tough stains. Oil stains, like that. They're very tough. They don't come out easily. You have to keep scrubbing. Like that, Sukrita, Dushkrita, they come out easily. Very easily they come out. But the tough ones are the aparadhas. They don't come out easily. You have to keep chanting again and again and again. And chanting also with repentance in your heart. You have to keep chanting again and again and again. And at some point, those aparadhas are removed. They go on all the way up to bhava stage. It doesn't mean you keep committing offenses up to bhava stage. That's not what is said. Whatever offenses you have committed, to remove them, depending on the type of offense. Offenses are also of various degrees, right? You commit an offense to Uttam Bhagavata, that's a very severe degree of offense. And you commit an offense to a neophyte devotee, that's a different level of offense. So removal of that offense also takes time. So aparadota anarthas, offenses, anarthas due to offenses, they don't come out easily. They'll stay long. That's why don't do offenses in the first place. These are very severe. Sins are easy to come out. Of course, we know sins also, if you're not doing bhakti, how difficult because of sins. We saw in the 5th canto, all different types of sins people do. They go to hell, they have to suffer. But when you do bhakti, sins will come out. But aparadhas will take time to come out. So understand how severe are the offenses. Don't lose your bhakti for where you can easily do without doing offenses. Why we should commit offenses? Especially these two, all 10 offenses. But the other offenses we may not commit so much, right? Doing rituals and saying that the rituals are better than chanting Hare Krishna. I don't know. After taking to bhakti, we may not be doing those offenses. Sometimes people may do, but they probably do. That's why it is said. Otherwise, why it is said? People do it, but these are most commonly done. First offense, right? Blaspheming the devotees. That's one. Anyone who has dedicated his life to Krishna, and the other day, like Achintadev Prabhu was asking, who is a Vaishnava against whom we should not commit offense? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, in essence, he says all living entities are potential Vaishnavas. So don't commit offenses. Don't blaspheme anyone unnecessarily. Unnecessarily or even necessarily also. Don't blaspheme. Unless you are an authority, like you are guru, and you have that position to correct that person for his own benefit, not because of your conditioning, you are blaspheming. So anyway, just trying to tell you the seriousness of offenses. Because Krishna is saying, right? So you be very careful. Don't commit offenses. So there aparadota in anarthas, aparadota anartha, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains this, right? That even though he's such a durachari, if he's doing ananya bhakti, right? And such an ananya bhakta who's doing durachara, what is his consciousness? He's always repenting. He's always repenting and crying. So if somebody is in such a state, if I talk about the abominable activity he has done, is Krishna going to leave me? Krishna will, he'll just leave me. That's what it is. He won't, he will take me as his enemy then. Krishna does not tolerate any offense to his devotees. That's the point. Okay, so we'll stop on this shloka at that. And then the next verse has a lot more of explanation, because that is a continuation of this verse. Why Krishna is saying you should consider him a sadhu, what is the reason, that will be explained in the next verse, which we'll see next week. So we'll just memorize this verse today and tomorrow. We finished today, so tomorrow and day after we will memorize it. Now let us do Srimad Bhagavatam. We're kind of lagging behind in Srimad Bhagavatam. We're not giving enough time. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 22. Bali Maharaj surrenders his life to Vamandev. So we're seeing what Bali Maharaj, so Prahlad Maharaj has come and Prahlad Maharaj is speaking, isn't it? Prahlad Maharaj is speaking to Vamandev, that actually this is your mercy. Bali's, my Lord, text 16, my Lord, it is your lordship who gave this Bali the very great opulence of the post of heavenly king, and now today it is you who have taken it all away. I think you have acted with equal beauty in both ways. Because his exalted position as king of heaven was putting him in the darkness of ignorance, you have done him a very merciful favor by taking away all his opulence. Text 17, material opulence is so bewildering that it makes even a learned, self-controlled man forget to search for the goal of self-realization. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, the Lord of the universe, can see everything by his will. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. So, in essence, what Bali Maharaj said, same thing Prahlad Maharaj is also saying. Right? Being demons, we are puffed up, we forgot the goal of life. Material opulence covers our, intelligence. But by the mercy of the Lord, By taking everything away, by chastising us, you're opening our eyes. This is your mercy, right? And also, one more point in text 17 is the Lord is not covered by ignorance. When there's material opulence, we are covered. But the Lord is not covered like that with false prestige. He doesn't touch any material, what do you say? Material. He doesn't touch the material energy. So, yeah. So, Srila Prabhupada is simply highlighting on the point that when we have material opulence in any way, even in the form of scientific advancement, material opulence, wealth, right, successful life, those things will make us forget where we are getting all these things from, right? We don't look towards the Lord now. Then what does the Lord do? He knows, he's able to see, oh, you people are forgetting the goal of life, you're going in the opposite direction. All right, to bring you back in the right position, he'll take away all the opulences. So that is why all these, of course, that's the nature, that's how nature works, right? When you're obedient to the Supreme Lord, then nature will provide everything favorable for us to live peacefully. Yagyarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. And then also sahayagya praja srishtva purovacha prajapati anena prasishadvam esha vostushta kamatu. So the Lord sent this, what do you say, Ishtan Bhogani Vodeva, those verses in the 3rd chapter. The Lord has arranged it in such a way, right, that you be obedient to the Lord, you perform yajna, then by that you will be satisfied. You will get everything that you need to live peacefully. The demigods will provide you with whatever you need. You can live peacefully, and at the end of this life, you can also get liberation. But if you don't do that, you just reject the Lord, then what will happen? What is that verse? You simply eat sin. If without offering to the Lord whatever, bhunjate tvagam papam ye pachante atma karanat. Right? Anyone who is eating simply for his sense gratification, not recognizing the Lord, not offering to the Lord, what will happen? Yes, Purti. Verse.
As you said, like the demigods provide whatever you have to live in peace, but actually Krishna provides, right?
Right. Actually, Krishna provides. So Krishna arranged it through the demigods. So when we become a devotee of Krishna, then Krishna is dealing with us directly, one-on-one. But when we don't become devotees of Krishna, we are simply interested in getting nice food, nice home, and nice everything. Then for them, Krishna arranged the system of they worship demigods, and the demigods will give them. Of course, through the demigods, it's Krishna only who's giving. So he made this system for all people that if you directly worship Krishna, there's no need of worshipping the demigods. Like that. Okay?
Thank you, Mataji.
You're welcome.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So that's the system. When you offer, when you recognize the Lord in one way or the other, then everything you'll get properly. But if you don't recognize the Lord, then punarmushika bhava, become a mouse again, like that. So once again, everything will be taken away. Because the Lord can see. That's the explanation of this verse. Now we'll continue. That was supposed to read. I don't know if I sent it yesterday. Anyone remembers who's supposed to start today? Oh, I didn't send yesterday. So day before yesterday, Madhav was supposed to. They were not there. So did Spurti Surya? Did you read yesterday? No, actually, I only read. Correct. Only Usha Mataji read, and then I read. That's right. Because we didn't have much time. So we'll start with Medha. You there?
Yes, Mataji.
श्रीशुक उवाच तस्यानुशृण्वतो राजन् प्रह्लादस्याकृताञ्जलेः हिरण्यगर्भो भगवान् उवाच मधुसूदनम्. Translation.
Sukadev Goswami continued, O King Parikshit, Lord Brahma then began to speak to the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the hearing of Prahlad Maharaj, who stood nearby with folded hands.
Sukadev Goswami continued, O King Parikshit, Lord Brahma then began to speak to the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the hearing of Prahlad Maharaj. So Lord Brahma is also there. Everyone is there because when the Supreme Lord comes, everyone comes. So Vamandev is there, Prahlad Maharaj came. So Bali Maharaj is tied up. And first of all, he submitted his prayer. He surrendered to the Lord. Then Prahlad Maharaj came. Prahlad Maharaj said the same thing. Now Lord Brahma is going to speak within the hearing of Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj also could hear what Brahmaji is saying. Actually, I think Shamal Gopika Mataji read yesterday, right? Anyway, Usha Mataji is there. You're able to read?
Yes, Mataji, I can read.
Baddham Vikshapatim Sadhvi Tatpatni Bhayavihvala Pranjalihi Pranatopendram Babhashe Vanmukhi Nripa.
Translation. But Balimara's chaste wife, afraid and aggrieved at seeing her husband arrested, immediately offered obeisances to Lord Vamanadeva, Upendra. She folded her hands and spoke as follows.
You read the purport also, Mataji, one line.
Purport. Although Lord Brahma was speaking, he had to stop for a while because Balimaharaj's wife, Vindhyavali, who was very agitated and afraid, wanted to say something. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. So Brahmaji began to speak. He was about to speak, but Vindhyavali, the consort of Bali Maharaj, seeing her husband's condition, she became very aggrieved, very sad, and also very fearful. And immediately she offered obeisances to Vamandev. With folded hands, she began to speak. Yeah, she couldn't control herself. Even though Brahmaji was about to speak, she started speaking. Sri Vindhyavalir Uvacha क्रीडार्थमात्मन इदं त्रिजगत्कृतं ते स्वाम्यं तु तत्र कुधियो पर ईश कुर्युः कर्तुः प्रभोस्तव किमस्य त आवहन्ति त्यक्तः ह्रियस्त्वदवरोपितकर्तृवादाः. So Kalpesh Prabhu.
Srimati Vindhyavali said, O my Lord, you have created the entire universe for the enjoyment of your personal pastimes. But foolish, unintelligent men have claimed proprietorship for material enjoyment. Certainly, they are shameless agnostics. Falsely claiming proprietorship, they think they can give charity and enjoy. In such a condition, what good can they do for you who are the independent maintainer and annihilator of this universe?
Yeah. So, okay. Srimati Vindhyavali said, O my Lord, you have created the entire universe for the enjoyment of your personal pastimes, but foolish, unintelligent men have claimed proprietorship for material enjoyment. 1 second, Mataji. Shamal Gopika Mataji, were you there yesterday, Mataji?
No, Mataji.
You were not there. Oh, okay. So that's what happened. Even my kids were not there. So I
No,
think.
I was there, but we didn't read it.
Oh, you didn't read yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you read now. Okay.
Mataji, nobody read yesterday. Only you read because we had short of
Oh,
time.
somebody read the translation.
Yeah.
And then I read the purport because there was no time. Somebody read the translation in order. Madhava was supposed to read. They were not there. And then I went to the next person. So whoever was there, one person read. So I was not able to recollect who read. Sorry. But yeah, we'll start with Lokesh, no problem. And then Lokesh and Mataji, Kalpesh Prabhu read. Then Usha Mataji Medha read, so we'll go to Priyanka Mataji next. Srimati Vindyavali said, "Oh my Lord, you have created the entire universe for the enjoyment of your personal pastimes." This is the thing. Why is this universe created? The Lord has nothing to do with creation, maintenance. This is not his thing at all. The Lord, even the creation that he is doing, you see, he's not like a, like, let's say a high court judge, right, who is giving, what do you say, he's passing judgment, he's awarding punishment to someone, and to someone else he's giving an inheritance, right? But that is his job. The high court judge has that job, that's his duty. Does the Supreme Lord have any duty to do like that? Oh, these are the sinful people, I have to give them the reaction of their karma. These are pious people, they should get the result. He doesn't have to do all this. He is the supreme, he is the king, he is the supreme enjoyer. Even the king is not supremely independent. The king has to do his dharma. He has to follow dharma. Yes, he is independent as far as his citizens are concerned, but he is answerable to higher authorities, to the king, to the Supreme Lord, and he has to abide by dharma. Does the Supreme Lord have to do anything like that? Is it his duty to, give the results for punya karma, papa karma? No, that's, he has no duty to do. Swarat means he's independent. He doesn't have anything to do. So if he has no duty, then why he is doing? Why he is creating? Why he is doing all this? He's doing it as a pastime. For him, the Supreme Lord is simply enjoys pastimes or Leela. What is that Leela? Small children, all of you you have seen at least toddlers and, little boys, girls also. They like to build, right? They have these toys, Legos or, some blocks. They like to build. And after they build, they play for some time and then they just destroy it. Or on sea beach, there is sand, or you yourselves when you were kids, you go and you make a temple or a house, so many things you do. You play with it for some time, nicely decorate with flowers or this or that, and few kids, they sit together and they play some game, and after some time they have to go home, they just destroy it and they go home. That is the Supreme Lord's Leela in creation. He likes to build something, create something, and all that. And afterwards, okay, enough, destroy it, finished. It is his Leela. It is his pastime. It is his enjoyment. But while he is doing that, on the side, other things also happen. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam, they are also taken care of. How is this explained? What is the main business? So when the president, right, visits a particular city or village, or let a prime minister visits a particular village, his main purpose of coming there is to inaugurate a new hospital or something, right? But when he comes there for that purpose, automatically, because such an important person is coming, the streets are all cleaned up, the buildings are whitewashed, everything. The cleaning activities happen automatically. It's not that he's coming so that the village will be cleaned up nicely. Is that the reason why the prime minister is coming? So that everything will be cleaned. He wants it to be cleaned, therefore he's coming? No. He is coming to inaugurate a hospital or a school or something. But because he's coming, automatically all the cleaning activities are happening. Similarly, the Lord's main activities, he comes or he performs Leela, enjoyment. He's the supreme enjoyer, Bhokta. But when he comes for that, automatically all the other activities are secondary activities, right? Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya, they happen automatically. Like that. So here you say Paritranaya sadhunam, to deliver, to be more specific, he is coming to perform his pastimes only, there also. And by these pastimes, then everyone becomes attracted. Of course, he's dealing, when you say his pastimes, who is he performing pastimes with? With his devotees only, right? He performs his pastimes with his devotees. So sometimes he will come when the devotee is sincerely praying to the Lord for the sake of devotee. So his interaction with the devotee is his leela. So when a devotee is calling him to reciprocate with the devotee's love, he will come. And that devotee, he has this compassion for all the suffering souls. Why? Because he is also a Jivatma. Jivatma can relate to the pains of other Jivatmas. Paramatma cannot relate because he is in a different category. Paramatma means the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan. He is in a different category. He cannot relate. He cannot relate to the sufferings of the Jivatmas in the conditioned state. But being a Jivatma, the devotee, even he's a devotee, he's liberated, right? That devotee can feel, can relate to the pains of the conditioned souls. So therefore, his heart melts when he sees the suffering of the other Jivatmas. And his heart melts and it goes out to those suffering souls, compassion. And then out of compassion, he's sincerely praying to the Supreme Lord. Like Srila Prabhupada, right? Seeing the suffering, he has only Prahlad Maharaj. Their suffering is only seeing the suffering of others. Personally, they have no suffering. So when they see the suffering of all the conditioned souls, they pray to the Lord sincerely, my Lord, please deliver these ignorant, foolish people. The Lord comes for this devotee because that is his leela. Interacting with the devotee is his leela. And because his devotee is praying, Haridas Thakur, right? He prays. So he comes for the devotee only. That's an important point. So here, going back to the shloka, translation, Vindhyavali, the wife of Bali Maharaj, is saying, oh my Lord, you have created the entire universe for the enjoyment of your personal pastimes. Yes, that's the purpose of creating this universe. Don't see the Lord as, like some employee or something. This is his duty and that's why he's doing. No. You create this universe for your enjoyment of your personal pastimes. But foolish, unintelligent men have claimed proprietorship for material enjoyment. So what is this whole universe meant for? This universe is meant for the Lord's enjoyment. And we should all facilitate that. This is his property. This is meant for his enjoyment. And as servants, can you imagine? Somebody is the proprietor, the owner of the building, and of a facility, and he has so many servants employed. He keeps so many servants, maintains them for what? For his enjoyment, is it not? He owns everything, and he keeps some servants to keep the place clean, to keep it running for his enjoyment. Now, if the servants, because we are here, they start claiming, how does it look? Will you agree? If you are the proprietor, or will any proprietor here agree to that? No, they'll be immediately they will, fire that person or whatever. Like that, this whole universe belongs to the Lord, and he created it for his enjoyment. But foolish, unintelligent servants, right? So they are not, actually their position is Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. Actually they are servants. But now, being unintelligent, they forget their position as servants and they claim proprietorship on the Lord's property, this universe, whatever smaller, right? This land is mine. I am the owner of this land, of this building, for example, right? And then what about people, right? This family is mine, or this nation is mine. Foolish, unintelligent people claim proprietorship for what? For material enjoyment. Certainly, they are shameless agnostics. Do you know what is an agnostic? Agnostic and atheist are different. Atheist says there is no God. He says clearly there is no God. Agnostic says there may be God, there may not be God. You cannot decide. God is something which you cannot find out, you cannot decide. So there's no point in talking about it. Agnostic. So if you want to see the dictionary meaning, it says a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known. It's not known and it cannot be known. So you just leave it. There's no point in even trying to know God. So nothing is known or can be known of the existence of not just God, but anything, God, nature, or anything beyond material phenomena. Whatever your pratyaksha, right? Whatever you're able to see, that is only reality. Everything else that you're not able to see, that means heavens, right? hell and all these things. So all that is, it cannot be explained. So in other words, he doesn't believe in it. But he's not an outright atheist who's strictly saying, no, it is not. You can say he's one type of, you can say in that sense. But basically he's saying, you cannot explain these things. There's no point. It's beyond our perception. That's an agnostic. So here Vindhyavali is saying that anyone who foolishly claims proprietorship on the Lord's property is a shameless agnostic. Because he doesn't recognize who's the real proprietor and he's claiming proprietorship. He's a shameless agnostic. Falsely claiming proprietorship, they think they can give charity and enjoy. Who is she talking about here? Bali Maharaj, isn't it? Bali Maharaj, he conquered the heaven, and now he's the proprietor. So anyone who's claiming proprietorship and then he's thinking, now I'm giving charity, all this is mine and I'm giving charity. And because I'm giving charity, I'm a great person and wants to enjoy like this. She's saying such a person is a shameless agnostic. Falsely claiming proprietorship, they think they can give charity and enjoy. In such a condition, what good can they do for you, who are the independent creator, maintainer, and annihilator of this universe? So, somebody is thinking, I'm going to give charity to the Lord. What is his intelligence? He is so foolish. What good can he do to you? Right? What can he give you? You own everything. Who is he to give you anything? It's all yours anyway. That's the point. Okay, Srila Prabhupada's purport. So Shamal Gopika Mataji and then Lokesh. First paragraph, either of you. Are you reading, Mataji?
Yes, Master. Bali Maharaj's wife, who was most intelligent, supported the arrest of her husband and accused him of having no intelligence because he had claimed proprietorship of the property of the Lord. Such a claim is a sign of demonic life. Although the demigods, who are officials appointed by the Lord for management, are attached to materialistic enjoyment, they never claim to be proprietors of the universe, for they know that the actual proprietor of everything is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a qualification of the demigods. But the demons, instead of accepting the exclusive proprietorship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, claim the property of the universe for themselves through demarcations of nationalism. This part is mine and that part is yours, they say. This part I can give in charity and this part I can keep for my enjoyment. These are all demonic conceptions. This is described in Bhagavad Gita. Idam adhya maya labdham imam prapsya manoratham. Thus far I have acquired so much money and land. Now I have to add more and more. In this way I shall be the greatest proprietor of everything who can compete with me. These are all demonic conceptions.
Yeah. So Vishnu Bhakta Bhaved Daiva Asurastad Viparyaya. What is the difference between Daiva and Asura? In the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, divine and demoniac. Vishnu Bhakta Bhaved Daiva. Bhakta means they accept the Supreme Lord's proprietorship. He is the owner of everything. We are the servants. Asurastad Viparyaya. Anyone who has any conception which is different from this conception that the Lord is the supreme proprietor and we are the servants, anyone who has the opposite conception is Asura. So if you understand that the Lord is the proprietor, how can you claim anything to be your own? As soon as you claim that this is mine and that is yours, this is Asuri Bhava. That's the point. So the whole idea of nationalism, which is so much glorified in modern day, actually this is a modern idea. We don't have this nationalism principle at all, right? My country, the whole planet is understood to be the Earth planet, and there is one representative of the whole Earth planet, the Emperor, and he is a Rajarshi. He's a Rajarshi. Rajarshi means he's a devotee. Parikshit Maharaj was the last emperor of the whole planet. Bali Maharaj's wife, who was most intelligent, supported the arrest of her husband. and accused him of having no intelligence because he had claimed proprietorship of the property of the Lord. Yes, so we read that part. Okay, so nationalism means this is demoniac. Next paragraph, Lokesh. Are you there, Lokesh? Not ready?
Yes, Mataji. Bali Maharaj's wife accused Bali Maharaj by saying that although the Supreme Personality of Godhead had arrested him, showing him his extraordinary mercy, and although Bali Maharaj was offering his body to the Supreme Lord for the Lord's third step, he was still in the darkness of ignorance. Actually, the body did not belong to him, but because of his demonic
Long-standing.
because of his long-standing demonic mentality, he could not understand this. He thought that the since he had been defamed for his inability to fulfill his promise of charity, and since the body belonged to him, he would be free from the defamation by offering his body. Actually, however, the body does not belong to anyone but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by whom the body is given. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 18.61, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hridesha Arjuna
Tishtati.
Tishtati.
Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantra Rudhani Mayaya.
The Lord is situated in the core of everyone's heart, and according to the material desires of the living entity, the Lord offers a particular type of machine, the body, through the agency of the material energy. The body actually does not belong to the living entity. It belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Under the circumstances, how could Bali Maharaj claim that body belonged to him?
Thank you, Lokesh. Yes. So claiming something to be one's own property, that's one thing. But even claiming this body to be ours, that is also illusion. Just as, someone's claiming the whole universe or this particular land or building or whatever as mine, that is ignorance. He's a foolish agnostic. Yavali is saying. But here also, claiming that this body belongs to me. What did Bali Maharaj say? And Vamandev said, you promised me 3 steps of land, but you gave me only 2. You are a cheater. Now you have to go to hell. So, what did Bali Maharaj say? Actually, my Lord, being the possessor of the property, I am different from the property. So, first of all, claiming that this whole property is mine and I am giving this in charity to you, that is a big ignorance because everything belongs to the Lord. And then when, after giving that land, when the Lord said, you promised 3 steps, where is the 3rd step? He's saying, I am actually different from the property that I possess. So I still have myself. I'm offering you myself. So from one angle, we saw, wow, Bali Maharaj is so great, right? He offered everything. Bali Maharaj is example for Atma Nivedanam. Atma Nivedanam means offering everything to the Supreme Lord. We have, somebody perfected through Shravanam, someone through Kirtanam, someone through Smaranam. Bali Maharaj perfected his bhakti through Atma Nivedanam. He offered Sarvasva Arpan Kar Dena. Everything he offered. All his property and his body also he just offered. So he's great. But here there's other point is that how can you give anything to the Lord? How can sometimes even as devotees, right? Sometimes we take pride. I worked so hard and with my hard-earned money, now I'm going to give a donation to Krishna. I like this better. Sounds very good, right? I shouldn't be taking, I should be offering to Krishna. Sounds very nice. But in reality, if you think about it, what is it that you have that you're offering to Krishna? Even your body, The strength that you have in your body, is that yours that you're giving to Krishna? It's something like Ganga water, right? You take one palm full of Ganga water and you feel proud. Here, Ganga Devi, I'm offering you water. And you feel so good. I gave water to Ganga Devi. You took her water and you offered it to her. What is there to feel proud about that? That's the point, right? So, similarly, but still, Bhavagrahi Janardana, Krishna looks at your bhava like a parent. Oftentimes we hear this example also, that a child gets money from the parent only, pocket money. But the child didn't earn it. The father's money, he'll give it to the child. And with that money, he will buy some gift on Father's Day, Mother's Day, birthday, right? And he'll give to the parent. And the parent feels so happy. It is the parent's money only that the child bought something and is giving. But still, the parent feels so happy because he's seeing, oh, he could have done something else with that. He could have taken that money and bought some toys for himself to play with. But he thought, let me buy something for my mother. Let me buy something for my father. Oh, my child has such feeling for me. And this gives great happiness. Like that, everything is the Lord's. And when the devotee offers that, right, even every day, whatever we offer, fruits we offer, flowers we offer, who made the fruits and flowers? Where did those ingredients come from? Everything is made by Him only. And then His things we take and we offer to Him. But if I feel proud that I made such a nice offering to the Lord and I feel great, look at me. So that's being criticized here by Vindhyavali. It's a foolish agnostic who thinks that this is mine and now I'm giving to the Lord. This body also, right? I'm different from this body. So let me offer this body to the Lord now. I'm offering everything to the Lord. I'm keeping my promise. How you're claiming that this body is yours? That's the point. This body is not yours. What is the body made up of? There are all these ingredients. Where did they come from? Right? The Panchabhutas, mind, intelligence, ego. Everything is coming from Paramatma. Karanodakashaya Vishnu. Right? And then as even your Shakti to do different things in this particular body, your arm is moving. How it is moving? And Paramatma, like electricity, you turn on the switch and electricity flows. So like that, when Paramatma turns on the switch, then your arm is able to do things. When the Paramatma turns on the switch, then you're able to blink your eyes. You're able to do wonderful work on your computer because that Shakti Paramatma is giving. So what do I have to offer to the Lord? Nothing is mine. That's why Prabhupada says that when you go in front of the Lord, when you make an offering, the devotee prays like this. My Lord, everything is created by you. Your thing I am offering to you. Please be satisfied. I just collected whatever I was able to collect. These are all your things. You only created this fruit. You only created, I'm offering it to you. You please be satisfied with this offering. That's all. There's no pride there. There's no pride that I am doing this for you. The ability to do is also given by you. The intelligence to do is also given by you. The facility to do is also given by you. Unless the other person, right, accepts it, how you'll do that service? Isn't it? So that's what is being said in this paragraph. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridesh Arjuna Tishtati. He is there as Paramatma. He is the one that's supplying everything. The Lord is situated in the core of everyone's heart. And according to the material desires of the living entity, the Lord offers a particular type of machine. And material desires, and also you have your karma, according to your karma. You have a desire and you have some karma. Based on that, you will get a particular body. And even after you get the body, it will function only when Paramatma sanctions it from time to time. How can Bali Maharaj claim that the body belonged to him? Therefore, now he is offering his body for the third step. This is the argument by Vindhyavali. Last paragraph. So next is, who's next? Priyanka Mataji, you're next. Or Prabhuji is there? Lokesh, your father is there?
No, Mataji.
No. So Priyanka Mataji, you're able to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Last paragraph.
Yeah. Thus Vindhyavali, Bali Maharaj's intelligent wife, prayed that her husband be released by the Lord's causeless mercy. Otherwise, Bali Maharaj was nothing but a shameless demon, specifically described as Tyakta Hriyas Tvad Avaropita Pratar Vadaha. A foolish person claiming proprietorship over the property of the Supreme Person. In the present age, Kali Yuga, the number of such shameless men who are agnostics, disbelieving in the existence of God, has increased. Trying to defy the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so-called scientists, philosophers, and politicians manufacture plans and schemes for the destruction of the world. They cannot do anything good for the world. And unfortunately, because of Kali Yuga, they have plunged the affairs of the world into mismanagement. Thus, there is a great need for the Krishna consciousness movement for the benefit of innocent people who are being carried away by the propaganda of such demons. If the present status quo is allowed to continue, people will certainly suffer more and more under the leadership of these demoniac agnostics.
Yes. So the only problem in the society, in the world, is godlessness, which is quite blatant. Yes? Godlessness. You can try to do so many, charitable, and there are so many terms for that. Now I forget. Right? Trying to do some welfare activity for others and all this. It's not going to. These are all based on godless philosophy. Then it's of no use. Like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, the only problem in the society is lack of Krishna consciousness, and the only solution to all problems is Krishna consciousness. Again and again, Srila Prabhupada said, he was in Chicago once, and crime rate was very high. I don't know the present statistics, but this was in the 1970s. In Chicago, the crime rate was very, very high. And the government was completely fed up with the situation. They don't know what to do. So there was also a big, on the newspaper headlines that crime, how to stop crime, something like that. So when Srila Prabhupada arrived in Chicago, the press reporters went and they were asking, some questions. So Srila Prabhupada said, we can solve this problem of crime, right? You just follow, the leaders should simply follow our guidelines, right? Engage everyone in chanting Hare Krishna, immediately the crime rate will come down. So the only solution to all problems, whatever problems there may be, is Krishna consciousness. To recognize who is the real proprietor, who is the real enjoyer. When we do that, then we will see the result. That's the point here. So claiming whether the body or our property or our intelligence to be ours, that is foolishness. So by saying this, what is Vindhyavali pleading to the Lord? She's actually pleading the Lord to release her husband on the grounds that he's foolish, right? He's foolish. So she's the intelligent wife and she's praying that her husband be released. Why? By the mercy of the Lord. Let my husband be released by your mercy. Because Bali is nothing but a shameless demon. The Prabhupada's words. Why? Because he's claiming proprietorship over the property of the Supreme Person. So he's foolish. Please show mercy. Otherwise, what hope do they have? And now Srila Prabhupada is saying that all the modern leaders, philosophers, scientists, politicians, they all come in the same category. Agnostics who don't believe in the existence of God. And then they try to make so many plans, and all these plans which they so-called they're trying to, improve for the advancement of the society, it's only causing destruction of the whole world. They cannot do any good for this world. The only solution is Krishna consciousness, like that. So we will stop Srimad Bhagavatam reading here. We will continue tomorrow. And so Priyanka Mataji read. Tomorrow we will begin with Saujanya Mataji and Pragya. I'll send it in the group. and let's read Bhagavad Gita and Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18, text 45. Please repeat. So we have been reading about the three types of people based on their work and nature. So in goodness we have Brahmanas, in passion we have Kshatriyas, in passion and ignorance we have Vaishyas, and in ignorance we have the Shudras. Next one. Sve sve karmanyabhirataha
स्वस्वकर्माभिरतः
samsiddhim labhate naraha
संसिद्धिं लभते नरः
swakarma nirataha siddhim
स्वकर्मानिरतः सिद्धिं
yatha vindati tachrinu.
यथा विन्दति तच्छृणु.
By following his qualities of work,
By following his qualities of work,
every man can become perfect.
every man can become perfect.
Now please hear from me
Now please hear from me
how this can be done.
how this can be done.
So this is the Varnashram system. Everyone has a particular nature, and there's a particular type of work which is prescribed for that type of nature. If you simply carry out the duties which are prescribed to you according to your nature, by carrying out your duties, you can perfect your human life. Remember, Varnashram system means the center of Varnashram system is what? Worshipping Lord Vishnu, satisfying Lord Vishnu is the center of Varnashram system. If that is not the center, then that is not a proper Varnashram system. Varnashram system, the very Varnashram system is designed in such a way that the heart of the society, it does not matter whether you are a Shudra or you are a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, whoever you may be, the center of your life is Lord Vishnu. That is the way of life. That is the way of life. It's not that you're a bhakta, you're a devotee. No, that is the way of life. Right from the beginning, whatever you do, you keep offering. This is karmarpanam. You keep offering everything to Lord Vishnu. It's not that you are all devotees of the Lord. No, but every member of the society offers everything to Lord Vishnu. This is Varnashram system. And then according to your nature, prescribed duties are given to you. That duty, the result of that work you're offering to Lord Vishnu. What is happening by this? Samsiddhir haritoshanam. Atah pumbir dvijashreshta varnashrama vibhagashaha swanushtitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. The perfection of your varnashram dharma is by your particular duty, you are satisfying Hari. Samsiddhir haritoshanam. Perfection of your work is when Hari is satisfied. Haritoshanam means Hari is satisfied. 1 to 13, Srimad Bhagavatam, this verse. 1 to 13. So that is why if you simply follow the duties which are prescribed to you, you will get perfection of your life. This is the system. But because of the influence of Kali, now all that is destroyed. But we can still try. It is said in the 9th canto, we see you can get once again Ramarajya if you can somehow or other once again bring in Varnashram system. You can have Ramarajya even in Kali Yuga. So next, Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita. Continuation. So Srila Prabhupada is in Radha Damodar temple translating, right? Although in Vrindavan there were hundreds of small temple-like tombs honoring past Vaishnava acharyas, Bhaktivedanta Swami regularly visited the chief samadhis, those of Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Within a separate area of the temple compound were the Bhajan Kutir and the Samadhi of Rupa Goswami. Bhaktivedanta Swami often sat chanting japa before Rupa Goswami's Samadhi. The line of pilgrims from the temple would continue entering the outdoor area of the compound. The line of pilgrims from the temple would continue entering the outdoor area of the compound. If you have been to Vrindavan, you know right? You go to Vrindavan Radha Damodar temple. You take darshan of the deities and then they take a path to go around the whole courtyard compound where you have all the samadhis. So many samadhis of all our Vaishnava acharyas are there. So it's like doing parikrama of the temple, but you're also, while doing parikrama of the temple, you're actually going and taking darshan and doing parikrama of all the samadhis of our acharyas. So Srila Prabhupada would be sitting in front of the samadhi of Rupa Goswami, and he would be seeing the line of pilgrims from the temple would continue entering the outdoor area of the compound, coming to offer dandavats to Rupa Goswami. Most pilgrims considered this the most important feature of their visit to Radha Damodar temple. And even if they offered respect nowhere else, they would stop before the samadhi of Rupa Goswami. They would stop with folded hands and bow, chanting Jai Radhe, or with their hands on their bead bags, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, circumambulating the samadhi. Bhaktivedanta Swami would sit and chant even after the early morning rush of visitors, or sometimes he would walk to the nearby temples of Radha Shamsundar or Radha Madan Mohan, always returning by 11 to cook his meal. As he cooked, and later as he sat to take his prasadam, he could see through the lattice work the samadhi of Rupa Goswami. Feeling Rupa Goswami's presence, he would think of his own mission for his spiritual master. The devotees of Lord Chaitanya are known as Rupanugas, followers of Rupa Goswami. Without following the teachings and example of Rupa Goswami, one cannot enter the path of pure devotion to Radha and Krishna. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was especially known as a strict Rupanuga, as described in the Sanskrit prayers written in his honor. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, the personified energy of Sri Chaitanya's mercy. To Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, who is the personified energy of Sri Chaitanya's mercy, who delivers devotional service enriched with conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, coming exactly in the line of revelation of Srila Rupa Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are the personified teachings of Lord Chaitanya. You are the deliverer of the fallen souls. You do not tolerate any statement that is against the teachings of devotional service enunciated by Srila Rupa Goswami. So that was the prayer to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So we are all Rupanugas. The devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are all Rupanugas, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy is, we understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy through the teachings of Rupa Goswami, coming down through his, in the disciplic succession from Rupa Goswami. That's how we understand. So we will end here. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Ji, Isha sent something about voting for summer classes. How would we know the content? Do I need to click that link, or was it read in one of the classes if I missed it?
Mataji, actually we didn't start the class. We wanted to know. So the point is, some devotees have requested that we do a memorization of slokas that we have already learned. So I thought during the summer, because the children are anyway, they don't have school, so they need some engagement. So every day we will do for half an hour, we will do reciting of shlokas, whatever we have learned so far from chapter 1 to chapter 9, we will just be reciting. We won't be able to recite all 9 chapters every day. So maybe we'll recite 2 chapters a day, and maybe I'm even thinking same 2 chapters every day for 1 week we will do, so that we get registered. And then the next week we'll do next 2 chapters every day for 1 week, like this. So this will only be for 2 months during the summer period. So if we start it, let's say today or tomorrow, then we'll do it for 2 months until the end of August. That's all. And then time 10 o'clock we are thinking we'll start at 10. So 10 to 10:30 we'll do shlokas. But also in the past we had done Mahabharat. Remember, summertime in the morning we used to do Mahabharat, and all children used to join. And because it's been a while, a few years have passed since we did Mahabharat. So my kids were asking, can we read Mahabharata again? It's nice, and summertime it's nice, and it'll be a revision, right? Recollection of what we have heard already.
Continue on road for half a mile.
So that was one option, and then I thought maybe others have other ideas about what books they would want to read. So I put out a few books to see what everyone would be interested in hearing and reading apart from the shlokas. So how long will it take? We don't know, because we'll have to, if we pick one book, we have to complete the whole book within 2 months' time. So depending on that, I thought if we get one chapter a day, then it may take half an hour, sometimes maybe 1 hour. So I said latest by noon. So we'll try to cover one chapter, how much ever time it takes, but it won't go beyond noon. Latest by noon we will end. That's what I was thinking. But all that is dependent on how many would respond, if they actually want it or not. So I'm still waiting to see, and whoever wants to do, they have to send it. That's why I opened up the WhatsApp group. So you have to tell me I'm interested and I'm committing. And because children are joining, I'm putting extra time apart from morning and evening classes I'm doing. So I want them to actually be there, and it's not that they log in and they're doing something else. I'm not doing it for myself. I want them to participate. That's why I said you must turn on the cameras, and I said if there is 15 students it will be good. So I'm waiting to see if anyone is actually interested or not. And it doesn't have to be only children. Anyone can come. And I said it's open for everyone. They don't have to be devotees also. Your friends who has interest in learning shlokas and who wants to hear either Mahabharata. So the different books that I put out are Krishna book, because we didn't read Krishna book, the whole thing. So one is Krishna book, the other is Mahabharata. Then we have different books on Prabhupada, like I'll Build You a Temple or Miracle on 22nd Avenue. Like this, we have different books. Prabhupada Memories. That's one suggestion. And another suggestion is, now we have almost completed 8 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. We will go over all the 8 cantos, only translations. So it will be a recap of what we have read so far in summer. So now we'll quickly go over in summertime the whole 8 cantos, only translations every day. So we may be doing 1 or 2 chapters each day, or maybe more, just translations. So these were the 4 ideas. I'm still waiting to hear, but we gave a deadline today until 10 o'clock. So if anyone is interested, please vote there, like say which book you want. And also you send a message in WhatsApp, or there itself in the comment you can write, like Usha Mataji sent, right? Like that you can send. Then I will know how many are interested. Of course, my 4 children are there, and Meda has said, so I have 5. And I'll see if there's any more coming. And I will create a separate WhatsApp group. Whoever is interested, for them we will just do this session. Okay, Mataji?
Every day 10 o'clock, right, Mataji? Weekdays?
Every day 10 o'clock. Weekdays, weekends also, unless we have something else on weekends, like we have a Rath Yatra or something, I may cancel. I was thinking so that the continuity will stay. I thought throughout all 7 days we will do. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, Mataji.
Any suggestions, you can all are welcome. You can just send your suggestions. Yeah. And if there are students who want to join from India, if you need a different time, you have to let me know, and then we can adjust the timing also, so that we can accommodate both. Okay. Any other questions?
No, Mataji, I'm good. I'm just driving, so I'll check with Rachna.
Yeah, please send it in written form, so I have it all.
Yeah, yes.
Anyone, and others also, if they're interested, let them come. No problem.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Subramanian won't be able to join, Mataji. None of us can. There in summer can be joined summer camp, so
no problem. Yeah, that's why I was seeing to see, how many are able to actually come. So I understand you can have other engagements. So no problem.
Because nobody is there to take care this time. Like last time, my parents were here to take care of them during the summer. So we had to put them in the camp because they stayed there throughout the day. And while coming back, we picked them up.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Okay, so we will end it here. Hare Krishna.